Hello, welcome to the latest in the Light Review podcast series. And today I'm talking to Katrina Sutcliffe of Katseye Media. And Katrina is one of a new generation of online marketing support. Support, Katrina, is that a fair word, or
I think that's a good word. No, I think support's perfect.
Okay. Why is that? Is it possibly because nobody actually knows anything about what we're talking about?
I think very often, the trouble is there's a generation of fantastic salespeople out there that are so used to going in and seeing people face to face. And unfortunately, the way that this year's gone, it's kind of killed off a massive part of that. So I'm sort of thinking basically that what we need to be able to do is support people in having a platform that when you have that initial phone call, when somebody says, I'm far too busy to see you, you have to give them a reason to look you up.
You say how bad the year's been, and it has been an extraordinary year and something that none of us ever expected. And yet in a strange way, it's as if we've had intensive training in how to use the internet.
Yes, yeah.
Old practices die hard, and they certainly do die hard. But this year, we've just had to put them in a box and put them under the stairs because we've had no one to talk to and nowhere to go. Is it just Zoom, or do we go deeper than that? I mean, we all look at our Zoom stream, and sometimes it just looks like so much toilet paper just sort of rolling down the screen. And if you miss it and you blink, it's gone. And I'm thinking that the relationships between a rep on the road and their clients and customers is much more intense, usually, if they're any good at their job, than just sticking up a post on LinkedIn. So I'm suspecting that you're actually talking about something that's a little bit deeper than that.
Yeah, I suppose it kind of generated from my original role in my previous company, where I started off as sales. I found out that basically sales is hard work, and especially cold calling. You go to people's doors and they're too busy to see you. Your 20-minute slot's been cut down to 5 because of another meeting. Who you thought was there has now been replaced with a junior, and all things like this that happened. And fine, but I kind of felt that I got more out of LinkedIn it was almost like that first meeting became your second meeting, because you had the chance to get to know what they were looking at, what they were interested in. They'd seen a bit about you on LinkedIn as well, your company, what they could offer. And also, basically to me, it made that first appointment the second one.
Right, okay. So the second meeting now, of course, is almost like this, that we will do it online. We'll do it on screen, and the chance of being out there physically in a space. Although we have to remember, we're all in the construction industry. Somewhere out there is a real building with real people running up and down the ladders and stuff. So we'll get out there eventually, my friends. But I find myself having conversations with people who I've never met now, and I'm one who's I'm very happy. I love Zoom. I think it's great. I've got concerns about the I'm not on the receiving end. I'm on the giving end. I'm like I'm ringing people up and contacting people saying, how about this and how about that. What I'm conscious of, if you're in a design studio, if you're in a senior designer role, you could spend all day and every day just sitting there, just doing one call after another. So again, very, very conscious that this new world, which I think we are trying to put together, is going to have to acknowledge the fact that time is still going to be precious. That 20 minutes being cut down to 5 is still going to be there.
Yeah, I suppose that's the other beauty of LinkedIn as well, is that you don't need to have that slot at 10 past 5 in the morning, not 10 past 5, 5 past 10.
Well, it could be. I talk to people in all kinds of time zones. So yes.
It can be, you know, when you've put the kids to bed and you're scrolling through, half watching the TV, and something catches your eye. And actually, it could be perfect for the project that you're working on in the office. But it allows you to be able to contact your customers out of the 9 to 5, in my mind. You know, and also I find so many people, when you're busy, it's great, but these platforms go really quiet when you're busy. And that's actually when you need to be shouting out about the fact that, yeah, look at what we're doing. Look at the new product ranges we're up to. Look at the, you know, new projects we're up to. Look at the case studies that we haven't had time to write and things. This is what needs to be out there right now. This is what's going to catch someone's interest, rather than, yes, catalogues are fantastic, but when you've printed it, it's out of date already with LED. So
Yes.
it kind of needs to be able to constantly be, somebody said to me recently, it's like an engine. It constantly needs to be running. And it's so true. You know, you need to constantly keep that profile as alive as your business is, so that people are aware.
Part of the discussion I have with manufacturers is about the change, the shift from the advertising platform, if you like, to the marketing content platform, as in, we have got something to say. And I am very conscious that, okay, print advertising, old-fashioned, we all know what it does, we all know how expensive it is,
Yeah.
and we all know that an advert lasts for about 5 seconds. And yet there is still a mindset that goes, that is actually money better spent than trying to get in touch with people and telling them really what it is that we're doing. And of course, with the light review, what I've been saying is, it's all about content. So it's all about articles, it's all about videos, it's all about podcasts. Now, is that the kind of service that you're going to be talking about with these guys? Because it's one thing saying we can put posts out on LinkedIn, but someone has still got to generate the basic information.
Yeah, which is definitely where I come into it. So I've been working with manufacturers for quite some time, but also obviously in my lighting design role in my previous position, which has given me the knowledge and understanding of actually what you need to do. That's something that I sort of, it's when somebody else looks in, isn't it? They understand actually what you can offer. I was talking to somebody recently and they said, yeah, we've done marketing people before, we've done this, we've done that, massive budgets, but you know, we don't really get anything out of it. And then they understood that actually, because I was the specifier originally, and I was the one that was interested in integrating these manufacturers into our company, they suddenly saw that actually they didn't need to explain to me about CRIs or about, you know, the color, you know, about any of that, because it was what I knew. And it made life so much easier for them and me to be able to, you know, we could both get on under our jobs, and it was a 10-minute phone call and they got exactly the case study that they wanted from it. So, you know, that's been really good to do as well.
Now, your expertise is very much in the SME end of things, isn't it?
Yeah.
And is that where you're going to be pitching Katseye Media going forward?
It is, yeah. Yeah, definitely. You know, working for the business that I did, it small business, budgets come about as and when you've had a good run.
Yeah, we know that one.
Yeah. It's not something that you can sort of factor in huge sums, as you know, monthly, and just ignore that 5 grand's gone out and no one's looked twice. That wasn't us. But also, because of small business mentality, somebody picks up that role when you're quiet, but you need somebody to be doing that all the time. It's no good when suddenly they've ended up, you know, the sales rep that currently is in lockdown has been the one that's done the LinkedIn profile. But then when he's out of lockdown, who's going to look after it then? Because then if you change hands again, you're then losing that voice. And I think it's so important, consistency across your range. You need somebody that understands your vision, somebody that wants to sort of keep rolling with it. And yeah, I just think that, yeah.
So really, you're coming in alongside the management team.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, you've got to have the ear of the owner of the company or of the managing director, or so you've got to be up there, haven't you? Because
Yeah.
as you say, there is no department for this with these companies.
Exactly.
This is somebody just thinking it's a good idea.
Yeah, And it's, yeah, I mean, a couple of sort of the MDs that I've been talking to love the fact that I've seen how annoyed the company owners get when they're sent a CV, sent a questionnaire to fill out, and I've just spent an hour on the phone to you. I do not want to now sit and fill out another questionnaire for an hour. So, you know, let me know when you're in the car driving along, and that's when I'll ring you and we'll have a 10-minute chat, and I'll figure out what you've told me and what we're going to do for that month, based on that conversation. 10 minutes of your time when you're driving along is absolutely nothing, and it's saved you a month's work basically, or in that area, allowing you to do other things.
The point is well made. And we are seeing LinkedIn posts being done by senior management.
Yeah.
And you go, no, that's not what they're paying you for, guys. It really isn't.
But they've got to the point now where they're going, but we need to be doing it. We have to be doing it. And fine, I'll show you myself that I'm doing it. But yes, they've got the connections, but there's no reason why a company profile can't have those connections as well. You know, I mean, I'm coming in as your business, you know, within it. I'm not coming in as Katseye Media. As far as the outside will know, it's the manufacturer writing it themselves because of the conversations we've had. Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so the business is up and running, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
You've got the website yet?
I have, yeah. Got what is it?
Katrina,
www.katseyemedia.co.uk.
Say that again, just in case nobody was listening.
www.katseyemedia.co.uk.
Sounds good to me.
But ring me, my mobile number's on there.
Okay, and I'm sure we'll also put the contact details on the end of this little podcast so that people can get in touch with you that much easier.
That's great.
Katrina, as ever, great to speak to you. Thank you very much.
And you.
And hey, best of luck.
Thank you very much.